I'm Leonard. Kristen introduced me a little bit ago as the co-founder of Sangha. In my day job, I lead the climate change program for World Wildlife Fund, WWF, so I'm wearing a couple different hats today. I feel a little unworthy to stand before you because this group is so impressive. I'm quite, relatively new to the Dharma. But it's also an opportunity for me to express my gratitude to all of you for your teachings. I've come to the Dharma through really what turned out for me to be fairly unbearable suffering associated with working on climate change issues every day. And it was the Dharma that has helped me come back to this work and to stay in it. So first off, thanking Tara and the Insight Meditation community of Washington, my community, and such a warm place to practice. And so many of you, whether you know it or not, your teachings have really helped me. So thank you. Thank you for that. So we're going to talk about the first of two statements that actually capture a couple of the themes from today. The first one is climate change. But before we talk about the statement, why are these kinds of statements important? You might wonder, okay, we've got a statement. Why are we making such a big deal out of endorsing it, signing it, bringing it to the White House? So I think there are three reasons why these kinds of statements are important. The first is they're an opportunity for us to bring together our wisdom, our traditions, with an important issue that we want to speak on as a community. And being able to bring that authentic articulation of why we're in this, why we're making this statement is crucial. A friend of mine, Dan Misla, who leads the Catholic Climate Covenant work, said to me, they could not begin to do work in the Catholic community on climate change until they were able to draw the connection to the scriptures and be able to speak to people who don't already come to this issue as an important one, but that could be reached through talking about it through their tradition. So that's the first thing. The second reason why I think these kinds of statements are really important is it's an opportunity to engage with our community, our broader community, within our tradition on these issues, and to offer the beginning of a first step of action. A first step of action by standing up and saying, yes, this is what I believe, and this is why I believe this issue is important. And the third reason why these kinds of statements are important is that it's a way to speak to the broader public and the broader decision makers that hold in their hands the power to really make some of the big transformative change that's necessary. So that's why today we're bringing those statements to the White House to make sure they know that this is important to us. So the first of these statements is on climate change. There's actually a couple of statements out there from Dharma teachers on climate change. One was from a couple of years ago called the International Dharma Teacher Statement on Climate Change. That's available on the Sangha website. If you're interested, I would recommend you to take a look at it. That statement's more focused on really the Dharma itself and its connection to climate change. But the one that we're going to talk about today, and that's really appropriate for what we're doing today, is a statement, and I want to make sure I get the title right. The time to act is now, a Buddhist declaration on climate change. And this statement was really led by Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi, who we've already heard from, really eloquently David Loy and John Stanley. And the power of this statement is both in the way that it connects the climate crisis to the Dharma, but also the power with which it speaks to the need for political action and the connection of the science. So it really frames this issue beautifully, and it's really an appropriate one for us to bring to the White House today. So I want to pass it off to Professor King, and it's an honor to stand with, given the work that she's done to really bring the ideas of engaged Buddhism to such a broader public. So thank you for being here and for taking us through.
Thank you. That's too much introduction. All I want to say is some practical matters. The statement that we're inviting you to endorse is in the packet that you got with your registration. You can take a look when you get a chance. And we're going to be bringing another copy of it around to each of the breakout groups with a page where you can sign and indicate your endorsement. And this will give a sense to the White House of the diversity of the Buddhist community and the diversity of people who are endorsing this statement with the diversity of our names, the diversity of the organizations, that you'll also have a space to write on the form. So obviously it's entirely optional. You do that if you wish to, but we hope many of you will. We want to make it clear to the White House that this is a concern that Buddhists put very much at the forefront of our political and social agenda.